First try. Howdy folks, how you doing today? Welcome to this little world where we play. Together you and I will make great things. This is the Tekkit Legends Let's Play. And my name is Cub. Let me go ahead and welcome you to the last Let's Build of the series, where today we will be building a dueling chamber where I will be fighting the dreaded Wither for the second time in my life. I've only done it twice now, and believe it or not, the last time was in my Tekkit main Let's Play, so this is quite fitting. Now, let me go ahead and apologize right now for the difference, if any, in sound quality. I have hooked up my old Blue Yeti to my iMac so that I can record this while watching the Let's Build, rather than scooting over to my gaming PC where I normally record voiceovers. So if it's a little bit different, I'm very sorry about that. Now, today's build, when I initially started, I was going for completely indestructible so that I could fight the Wither without having to worry about it destroying the environment or anything like that. Now, that said, as the build continued, I began to draw inspirations from different places. I began to realize just a shell of obsidian was going to be very boring, and I wanted to really dig into what makes Tekkit Legends what it is and how I could just interpret that in shape and in art, because the Let's Build needs to be artistic. And I decided to look into what makes a Wither a Wither. And the word Wither, when you think the word Wither, you generally think of old people and how they're withering away, how they're so close to death. And of course, when Notch made Minecraft, he was thinking a lot of withering and death because, of course, his brother, Herobrine, a typical Swedish name, had just died. And so I think death was on his mind when he built the Wither. Now, of course, he didn't have it in him to put the Wither in the game. He had to get Jeb to do that. But I think if Notch had put the Wither in the game, he would have made him blue and red to signify the colors of death. The blue that represents the eternal, endless destiny ahead, and the red to represent the blood, the way his brother had died. And I really wanted to pull that forward into my build, but also I wanted to include some of the environment and really make you feel like you were there. When you walked into this place, you were in the spirit of Notch. You felt him floating around you like a bird on wing, just chasing down a butterfly. I was really going for the whole butterfly Jeff Goldblum effect, just Jeff Goldblum laying down with, bare-chested, sweaty, heaving as raptors were coming toward him, because I felt like that really set the mood for what it is to battle the Wither, because battling the Wither, it's really about fighting your inner demons. And of course, that's the reason that Notch put the Nether in the game, because he was battling with his own inner demons, and he was Jeff Goldbluming it all over the place. And I really wanted to pull that in. That's why I added fire. Fire to represent the chaos of the Jeff Goldblum effect. And I really just wanted this to be a place that when you looked at it, you thought, yes, Herobrine, Notch's pain, Jeb's suffering, because of course Jeb volunteered and to do this for Notch, to do it for his dead brother. And I think that I really wanted to pull that into the build, so when you looked at it, you could also feel the pain, but see the beauty of the environment, because I think that really Minecraft at the end of the day has a very strong environmental message. And what's more environmental than fire, and how fire destroys, it consumes. And so the fire and the red and the blue, surrounded by green, and of course the water, because I think that water, the way that it flows, represents the flowing of the mind and the thoughts through the mind, which is of course what Notch was trying to get across when he added water to the game. And the lily pads just hopping across the water, how so many people try to get by without the flowing of thoughts in their minds. And I thought that is so poignant to today's society, and I really wanted that to just flow over everything, to just have this water of thought pouring over us as we did this Let's Build. And the arched roof, of course, with 4 different directions for the 4 different types of people that there are in the world, so that each would have their own representation. You'd have the Notches, the Jebs, the Jeffs, the Goldblums. I wanted them all represented in the pitch of the roof, and when you're there, you can see it's above the fire. So the 4 personalities are above the flames of the Nether, which represents the tormented human soul, which is what I think Notch was really thinking about when he built this vast, endless realm. It was all about the internal struggle, the vastness, the endlessness, and I think really the suffering, but also the joy and the hope of that faded surrounding, the fact that you don't know what's coming because it hasn't loaded yet. And I really feel like Notch did his best right then and there with the world and how it's infinite, with infinite possibilities, the fires, the waters, There's always hope around the next corner. The next chunk can load in and it can be beautiful. And I really just wanted to bring that into the build and make people feel when they looked at the build that yes, there's always hope right outside the unloaded area. And I feel like I really did a pretty good job with that. Maybe not the best, but when you look at this, I hope that you feel everything that Notch felt when he made this game. That when you look at it, you feel the pain, the suffering, the torment. You feel even the squids themselves that lay outside of the area. You can look at them and you can see the inspiration, the torment inside of Notch. And I hope that I've given that to you. And I hope that you folks will enjoy this build. And when you look at it, you can imagine flowers, you can imagine trees, butterflies, gold bloom. These are the important things that I want you to grasp onto, because it's not all about hope and endlessness and suffering. It's about the chance to do something great and the chance to battle your own wither, the wither inside of you, and defeat it. Thank you folks for watching. God bless you, and I'll see you later. Bye.